So what is going on, guys? If you're watching this video, I'm sure you've heard the announcement that Plant vs Zombies Replanted. It's official, it's coming out this October, and it's got everyone talking. Good, bad, speculative. Yep, so this video I'm going over a bunch of stuff that might be in the game, and I'm going to rank on how likely or unlikely they are. But before we get into this video, okay, I've got to put it up the eye. My band False Bypass has just dropped our second release on all streaming platforms. It's called Start Realities. Go check that out after this video. Or if you need some background noise, then yeah, check it out then. Links in the description. Alright, let's take you to the screen. So here it is. The colours have no significance, it's just to make them look cooler. And 5 tier names there, don't really need to go over them. Some of these ones I thought of, others I asked you guys, and yeah, went for some of your suggestions. Also, yes, this was inspired by Twilight Jump Enthusiast video doing the same thing when the EA Shepherd stuff was going down regarding the shooters, so yeah, I'll give them credit there. So, first of all, costumes. This one we already know there's going to be at least one, because if you pre-order it, you get a retro pea shooter costume. I've not actually seen what it looks like yet, some people say it's not that good. But I think it's implied there's going to be more, but it's not being officially confirmed, but I think that's what the Tree of Wisdom does now or something. Regardless, I think we'll put it in highly likely. Balance changes, like stat tweaks and stuff like that. I don't think that we're going to get these, to be honest. It's not completely out the window. There might be a couple of minor things that only the nerdiest players know. I really like how Poncho Zombie used to be able to get one-shotted by a coconut cannon if it still had its Poncho 1, regardless of whether it had a grate or not. Yeah, there's some nerd stuff for you. But yeah, there might be a couple of niche ones, but overall I think this is going to be unlikely. I don't think they're going to do it. They want to keep the game like true to the experience. So even though some plants are horribly overpowered, some are horribly underpowered, yeah, I don't think that's going to bother them too much. And honestly, that's probably a good thing. I mean, if you want balance changes, just play a mod or something. Speaking of mods, plant fusions. Yes, I said that just to trigger the people who get mad whenever you call Plant vs Zombies Fusion a mod rather than a fan game. Even though fan game is correct. This is something I've seen here and there, but I don't think they're going to do it. Apparently they're adding this Plant vs Zombies 3, which they're still trying to stick by. Or they're giving up on that now they're doing Replanted. Honestly, they're probably giving up on it, and I guess that's a good thing. Plant fusions, I'm going to say highly unlikely. It's massive change to the game, really, if that's the thing. Unless you count like pumpkin on top of another counts the fusion, but no. Or like upgrade plants. Free turbo button. So I think there was an increased speed button that was shown in one of the screenshots. So that would all be confirmed, but keyword free. Is this something that's given to you, or do you have to pay for 7 days like in the new mobile update? Because yeah, they are burying the hatchet with that game. Or are they sabotaging it to drive people to this new one? So basically turbo button, but is it for free? It's a bit of a cheat considering all the later ones, but so I'm going to go highly likely. It's $20, or whatever the equivalent is in your country. I'm British, so I don't know why I said dollars, but I don't know the price in the UK. But yeah, surely it's going to be included with that, so highly likely. Last Stand Puzzle Pack. This one's interesting. For those who don't know, there is a Last Stand Puzzle Pack on, I think, just iOS and Android versions. It was in the version I grew up with, so I assumed it was on all of them, and I was very surprised to find out that it wasn't. But yeah, just like with Vase Breaker and iZombie, there's a few different Last Stand levels, one for each world. Honestly, I think it's going to be more based on console one, so it could be in, but it's not really a highly requested feature. Not a lot of people really miss it, to be honest. It is arguably worse than the minigame one, because they lock you with certain plants in this, whereas in the minigame you can pick all of them. I'm going to go unlikely. Because, yeah, like I said, it's going to be focused on the console ports. It's far more likely than balance changes, though, I think. I might come back to that one. Zombatar. The ability to create a zombie avatar, which is present on, I think, Game of the Year edition and DS. And on Game of the Year and a couple of other ports. It actually affects the flag zombie, which is a really nice feature. Would they add it? Once again, it's not in the console versions, but Game of the Year is kind of like, I would say it's... Is it the most popular one? I mean, the mobile is probably the most popular since it's more accessible. I think Game of the Year is one of the more well-liked ones. But what reason is there not to add it? Guess it's an extra feature. I'm going to go toss-up. Survival. Game mode in most, but not all versions. We'll just cut to the chase here. I'm going to say highly likely. It wasn't in the menu, but it might be in one of the additional ones, where you have to like press a button and find it. Or it only shows up after you complete adventure. There are a couple of other things like, was it called Cloudy Day or something, where you just get less sun, and there's a mode where apparently I think if you lose you have to do the whole thing again, or something along that lines. But I saw that was on like a lever, so I think that's like a setting you apply when just playing regular adventure. But yeah, I'll recommend getting survival. There's no reason not to include it. Now, okay, here we go, the controversial one, microtransactions. So the fact that you do have to pay 20 for it, I guess gives hope that there's going to be the whole thing there, nothing else. No more microtransactions, but it's EA and PopCap. And the shooter games and microtransactions despite being paid games, especially Garden Warfare 2, which, as much as my favourite game of all time, yeah, that's a highly questionable decision. Especially considering what they're doing with the mobile version, but that is free. But it is possible to have a PVZ game nowadays without microtransactions, because BFN Switch, I didn't get the game for other reasons, but that is one massive upside to that specific port of that specific game that only like 10 people play. I think I'm going to have to say likely though. There's probably going to be something, even if it's just like buying coins. New adventure levels. So I noticed it said Adventure Plus, which people were speculating about. I think that means it's just going to be Adventure 2, but you can like play them at any time you want. So it's going to be like quick play on the mobile version. I mean, I could have actually added that as one. I didn't for some reason. I'm going to say unlikely, but not impossible. There could potentially be an expansion. If I'm going to put this one here now, Night Roof. There's one. Like a new Night Roof stage. Honestly, I could have just merged that into that one. I don't know why I've got two separate ones there. I mean, technically Night Roof does exist in the final Zomboss fight, but I mean like new Night Roof levels. New plants and zombies. Once again, like with balance changes, I think it's going to stay faithful to the original. So there's not going to be like a lot of extra stuff. It's not impossible, but I'm going to say unlikely. I'm probably saying for returning ones from Plant vs Zombies 2. So there is a chance I might reverse nostalgia bait and add PVZ 2 stuff in PVZ 1. Or even take inspiration from stuff like DLC. I'd say this is more chance of happening than new plants, but overall still probably not going to get it. Platform exclusive minigames, so stuff like Heavy Weapon from console, Heatwave on DS, probably a few more. So are we going to get those in here? I'm going to say this one, it like depends on which ones you're talking about. I think we're getting Heavy Weapon if it's going to be similar to the console ports. Heatwave is probably unlikely since it uses the mic. And touchscreen as well. I mean, it's going to be ported to Switch, so I believe you can use touchscreen in handheld mode. But those might be difficult to implement. Also, our Home Run Derby, imagine if that ends up on here. I'm going to have to suffer through that again, aren't I? Oh my god, after all of this, 6 off. No. Fuck it out! Yeah, I'm going to say toss up. Also, we better get It's Raining Seeds. So new minigames. They're going to be brand new ones. People are saying that the cloud one could potentially count a new minigame. There might be some added on top of that. Honestly, don't see why we wouldn't get new minigames. They might add like extra ones. While it is a remaster, it wouldn't be unreasonable for them to add like a bunch of new features that are exclusive to this. Especially optional ones that don't affect adventure. Yeah, I'm going to go likely. Online multiplayer though. This one I've seen people begging for it. In fact, I think Hey I'm Jay's doing a petition or something on it. So I might look into that. So they have confirmed that versus mode and co-op are coming back, but they've said it's only local. Although that might only mean only local for now. So online multiplayer is not completely ruled out. But truth be told, I don't think we would get that. I think part of the appeal of Plant vs Zombies 1 is that you can play it anytime, anywhere. No online features or anything. Once again, they might want to stay faithful to that. But then again, Plant vs Zombies 2 has online features. The shooters are basically exclusively online, except Garden Warfare 2. I'm going to say unlikely, but it could go and toss up. And the final one, AI. Yeah, so this is speculated that they're using AI to draw some images, that they're using to tease the announcement of Replanted. I think the general consensus is that they didn't use AI to make them, but they might be using AI upscaling. Now it's questioning whether we're getting this in the game. Apparently they made a disclaimer or something that they're not using AI, but they would say that, wouldn't they? I don't think they're going to like use it for generation, but I think they are using that for upscaling, so I'm going to pop it in toss up. Well, so let's check the list. Which one was I stuck on again? Last Stand Puzzle Pack. I'm thinking it's more likely than balance changes. New adventure levels is slightly more likely than that. You're actually going to drop balance changes right down to the bottom. And that's highly unlikely. Yeah, I think that's all then. So that's been this video. I've been Golden Ninja Vlogspot. Thanks for watching. Check out another video in this end screen, and yeah, I'll probably be playing it when it drops, so expect to see some videos and / or streams on that. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Broken flesh, broken bones.